Hi, welcome back to the garden. Today is Sunday, February 12th. Finally got the greenhouse buttoned up enough. I think we're going to go ahead and plant. Wind's blowing outside a little bit. This double wall plastic that I put up, it's not making the sound like the sheet plastic did. And that sheet plastic, that sun just tore it up. I went ahead and chose this. Hopefully we won't have to do this every year. I've set this up just a little different than I did before. This way we've got a bench and I can show you exactly what we're doing instead of looking in my ear. So come on, let's plant. Now the first thing we want to do is take and fill our containers. I've got a little bit of potting soil that I got out of the garden. It's been warming up in here all afternoon, so it's, even though it froze a little bit last night, it's still not too cold to plant in. Now we are still in the middle of winter, so just fill those right up to the top. As you're filling them, you can put a little dent right in the center of each one of these. We're not going to plant too many seeds in each one. There you go. Now of course I was a little bit ahead of you guys. I went ahead and filled a couple already. So what are we going to plant today? I think we got a nice little variety. We're going to do some parsley, some onions. I got a couple of these dinosaur kale that are left. Lettuce always. Gonna do some radishes. If you've never grown anything, get some radish seeds. These will germinate. You're gonna love it. And then I'm gonna start some peas because we're gonna get peas in the ground here directly. Parsley is one of those cool weather crops you really do need to start in a container, or so they say. Now these seeds are kind of small. So I'm going to put just a couple in each one of these cells. Just lightly cover those over. And next to the parsley, I'm going to plant the rest of these dinosaur kale. We had a bunch coming up. And you know what? That groundhog thought they were pretty tasty. These are supposed to get really big, so we're only going to put a couple in each one of these cells also. I'm going to plant this whole tray with onions. I'm going to plant them kind of heavy, and as they come up we'll go ahead and separate them out and get them into the garden. Just lightly cover them. Make sure they all have good soil contact. I know I have burgundy lettuce growing in the garden, but you can't have enough purple food. I get only a couple seeds in each one of those. The radishes are one of the things you want to plant in the ground. But you can plant those in containers. We're not going to transplant them. I'm just going to put one in each one because I can. If you've never grown anything, radishes are a great way to start. And if you start with just a container on the windowsill in the kitchen, you're going to be amazed at what you get. Okay, now I'm going to make a double in each one of these because we're going to split these up when they come up and we can get them in the garden. What I'm talking about is peas. I want to get some peas growing just as quick as we can. I'm just going to put one in each dent. We should start seeing germination on these in just a few days. Make sure you got good soil contact. If you need to add just a little bit of soil, well, so be it. Like I said, this soil has been outside, so with the rain we had, it's good and moist. You want to make sure you give them a nice little drink. Then, a trick that a very successful gardener has taught me, some saran wrap or cling wrap. Just cover these over. We got a couple days where it's not going to freeze, but I want to be prepared for when it does freeze. So I'm going to set these on this lid. That way I can take this tote and cover it, and that way we've got a mini greenhouse inside a greenhouse. That way I don't have to have any artificial heat. I believe that will work. We'll see what we get. Let me get some cling wrap on the rest of these. And then if it gets real cold, we can just cover them up. And as it warms up, we're going to have plenty of shelf space. All we planted here today was real cold hardy crops. The tomatoes and the peppers, I'm going to go ahead and start inside under grow lamps, and then we'll bring them out here and harden them out. I'm excited to get this greenhouse full of seedlings. I hope you join me for that. And until next time, remember, take care of yourself, take care of your family, and God bless you. Come on, let's plant.
Let's go plant garden.